video on the Roe v. Wade for our Australian, New Zealand and maybe global followers, and how that relates to things like inflation, which I see has a major impact on that. You know, it's a time when the governments are looking for everything they can find to hide inflation, everything they can find to hide the fact that economic problems are a big deal. So Roe v. Wade is plain and simply in the US system, and I know for a lot of our viewers that may not be aware or privy to how things work in the US, the federal government, the Roe v. Wade court ruling in the Supreme Court, basically hands the responsibility of abortion decisions and laws back to the state. So each state can rule individually what it wants. So the media in the US is the mainstream media. Now we all know what the mainstream media is like, right? Is pumped full of lies, hysteria. I mean, they're even talking civil war over this, which is, those are what people ought to be put in prison. They're trying to fuel insurrection, trying to fuel a civil war and civil unrest over something that's really, you know, states like New York, which is a democratic state, and for the Democrats would be very similar to what's very left-leaning. So the New York state will be the same. Abortion will be unchanged. Some of the other states will outlaw abortion, the more right-leaning states, Republican states. But the media makes it sound like it's just this complete erosion of women's rights and every other thing. And without getting into all of that, because I know that's a lot of hot-button issues, I just wanted to bring some understanding how that influences inflation. Is it will become the focus. The government is more than happy to have something to hide the fact that inflation is outrageous. They are more than happy to have another drama that they can put this in, another Ukrainian war, another COVID, another whatever, that they can say it's hidden. And if you look at our videos from Venezuela, Brazil, they said that's the standard modus operandi of government. They come up with one thing after another to try to hide the fact that the economy is about to collapse. So stay focused on what's important. Roe v. Wade is important, but at the end of the day, it's not something that's going to affect daily lives, because, you know, well, they could do this, they could do that. Yeah, well, how about you just focus on providing for your family, because it's something that is needed. And so anyway, for the Australians and the rest of the world that watch these videos, that's what Roe v. Wade is. It's nothing that has really changed the state of too much, other than it opens the door up for states to have the rights to rule the way they want to rule. And all the hysteria doesn't need to be.